Hi folks, this is Peter Boykin from MAGA First News on MAGAOnRadio.net. Before we go into the news about big tech under the hot seat, just a reminder to everybody that what we have coming up, July 5th, is American Pride. We are all Americans gathering at the White House. Of course, you know, July 4th is President Trump's big 4th of July celebration. But then July 5th will be a gathering at noon at the White House outside Lafayette Park. It's just an informal gathering, not permitted, but come there at noon. I've got a little amount of people coming to it already. Then on July 6th, big things. The Demand Free Speech Rally. July 6th. Freedom Park. With a VIP after party. Afterwards. I'll be speaking at the party. Well, I'll be speaking at the event. Might be doing the Q&A at the party. It's going to be huge. Wonderful, huge news. It's great. And then after that, in October 4th through the 6th, we have Trump Stock in Kingman, Arizona. Trump Stock, Kingman, Arizona. You go to trumpstock.net to find that out. So, alright, moving along to the news. Oh, and by the way, if you really like what we do, support our station, support the radio station, support the news, support the Spreaker and everything. You can send a one-time donation to paypal.me/MAGAFirstNews, or you can join my Patreon at patreon.com/Peter Boykin. Alright, now going to the news. Big tech in the hot seat, and an investigator seek clues in a New York City helicopter crash. So, kind of like this here. Big tech on a rare bipartisan hot seat. Big tech and its practices will be under a bipartisan microscope as the House Judiciary Committee on Tuesday will launch its investigation into the market dominance of Silicon Valley's biggest names. It will begin with a look at the impact of the tech giants' platforms on news content, the media, and the spread of misinformation online. The House Judiciary Committee investigation of tech market power stands out because it's bipartisan and the first review by Congress of industry that dominated with generally little interference from federal regulations. But with regulators at the Justice Department and Federal Trade Commission apparently pursuing antitrust investigations of Facebook, Google, Apple, and Amazon, and several state attorneys general exploring bipartisan action of its own, the tech industry finds itself being increasingly accused of operating like monopolies. Representative David Sickling, Democrat of Rhode Island, will lead Tuesday's subcommittee hearing and vowed that the panel will broadly investigate the digital marketplace and the dominance of large technology platforms with an eye towards legislative action to increase competition. Well, maybe this will at least lead to the fact that they're kicking people off. You know, when you get kicked off, like a lot of us, and they go across the board and kick everybody off, you're like off one, you kicked off the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. It honestly keeps you from being able to do anything in the modern world, the digital world. Look at people like Alex Jones or Milo Yiannopoulos and others where they're almost kicked off of every single digital platform there is. Our payment processor. You know, when you can't even process your money, you can't even have a bank. They're erasing your existence to do business in this new digital world. And that's not right because they're coming off of one person's account. You know, like Facebook suspends you, and then the rest of them go, well, Facebook suspended them, maybe we should. And then they go across the board, killing you off in every single one. It's digital bullying. Honestly, and if there should be no different than any other bank or anything like that. They can't reject you. Most places can't. Well, unless they can maybe trespass you from a place if you did something wrong, but then you can go into another store. You never trespass of all Walmarts or et cetera, et cetera. So it's big when you get kicked off of social media. I was suspended from Twitter. My brand was suspended from Twitter. My account running for office was suspended from Twitter. I guess if I wanted to run for office again and tried to create a account for my politician-wise, they would, probably kick me off. Who knows? Investigators seek clues behind a New York City helicopter crash. The helicopter pilot killed in Monday's crash in New York City has been identified as a former volunteer fire chief and a dedicated, highly professional, and extremely well-trained firefighter, as well as a skilled pilot. Tim McCormack died Monday after he made a crash landing on the roof of 787 7th Avenue in Midtown Manhattan around 2 p.m. as rain and strong winds hammered the city. The Fire Department of New York, FDNY, basically said that information, and investigators believe he was conducting executive travel and was headed to the home airport in Linden, New Jersey. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio later told reporters that these appeared to be no connection to terrorism. Well, that's good to hear. It's scary when they say that a helicopter crashed into a building in New York. That was kind of freaked me out a little bit for a moment. The Federal Aviation Administration said that the National Transportation and Safety Board was in charge of the investigation and will determine probable cause of the incident. And McCormack had been involved in a bird strike-related emergency landing for a helicopter in 2014. Goes to show you, don't freaking fly on helicopters. They're dangerous. Meanwhile, Braun investigation. DOJ casts wide net in probe of surveillance abuses in the Russia investigation. As part of the ongoing multifaceted and broad review into potential misconduct by U.S. intelligence agencies during the 2016 presidential campaign, the Justice Department revealed Monday it is investigating the activities of several non-governmental organizations and individuals. In addition, the DOJ announced that a probe led by Connecticut U.S. Attorney John Durham was looking into the involvement of foreign intelligence services. The DOJ's announcement came as House Judiciary Committee Chairman Gerald Nadler announced Monday that he plans to hit pause on efforts to hold Attorney General William Barr in contempt after reaching a deal with the Justice Department for access to evidence related to former Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russia report. Separately, John Dean, the former White House counsel to Richard Nixon, testified on Monday that he sees remarkable parallels between Watergate and the findings of the Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report at a dramatic Capitol Hill hearing that Republicans panned as a political, quote, show. And Kim Jong-un's half-brother was CIA informant, according to a report. Kim Jong-un's half-brother was working as a CIA informant before he was blatantly murdered in a Malaysian airport in 2017. Y'all don't forget that. Remember? Killed by multiple drugs. Kim Jong-nam, the late North Korean dictator Kim Jong-il's eldest son, met on several occasions with agency operatives, according to the Wall Street Journal. There was a nexus between Kim Jong-nam and the intelligence agency, according to the journal's source. Little else is known about what Kim Jong-un's oldest brother told the feds. However, the report did state he was almost certainly in contact with security services of other countries, particularly China's. Meanwhile, Ortiz is back in Boston. Retired Red Sox player David Ortiz landed in Boston in an air ambulance Monday night after a targeted shooting at a bar in San Domingo forced doctors in his home nation of the Dominican Republic to remove his gallbladder and part of his intestine. Ortiz, 43, arrived in Boston around 10:30 p.m. after the White Sox sent a plane to transport him to Massachusetts General Hospital. Dude, stay here in America. Don't go back to that whatever place. Meanwhile, today's must-reads. Dems halt effort to secure pay increase for lawmakers as contempt votes. Funding drama loom. Justin Amash gone from House Freedom Caucus after saying Trump conduct was impeachable. Oh boy. And John Finnan Morris says my decision to leave the Catholic priesthood. Those are good reads. Look them up. And Minding Your Business, Walmart versus Amazon, who was ahead in battle for retail dominance. I would say Amazon at least has the internet. Makem Dalariam, Ajat Pai met Friday to discuss T-Mobile Sprint deal as the DOJ decision looms. Well, can they merge? It is kind of all the same network. Why Americans should get into the housing market now. A lot of stuff going on today. Alright, so check this out at more at our MagaFirstNews.com, MagaOneRadio.net, MagaOne.com, our multiple website family. If you'd like to help out with this broadcast, you can join our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Peter Boykin, or directly help out at paypal.me/MagaFirstNews. Alright, again, folks, remember, we got a couple of events coming up, so check them out. Alright, talk to you later. God bless.